and his new lover to death. Cops in Marion, Indiana say that Phil Ferguson ran a scam that swindled 500 people out of a total of $22 million. And 12-year-old Rosa Sandoval is missing from her home in San Antonio, Texas. I'm John Walsh. Thanks a lot for watching tonight. And remember, you can make a difference.
Next on Fox 2 News at 10, it came down to the final seconds, but tonight the Wolverines will leave Pasadena without smelling roses.
Here in Metro Detroit, it's a Rose Bowl party with all the trimmings. I'm Camille Amiri, the story coming up.
Plus, meet Detroit's own Baby New Year. Fox 2 News at 10 is next.
On Star Center, this is Barbara.
I locked my keys in my car. My dog is in there.
That's very frustrating for you, sir. We should get it unlocked momentarily. What kind of dog do we have?
It's a schnauzer.
All right. And your vehicle doors are now unlocked for you.
They are. You guys are fantastic. You're the best. In 2 seconds, it was done like that. I'm so happy.
Thank you very much. We love hearing that.
You're the best. There is nothing like OnStar.
OnStar is available on over 50 GM models. To learn more, visit OnStar.com.
Sunday at Gardner White, an event so big you must make time to be there. Sunday 11 to 7 at Gardner White. You pay no interest till 2008. 2008, no down payment, and we pay your sales tax. This is the biggest year-end sale ever. Every price is slashed, up to 77% off our best furniture, and 0% till 2008. And we even pay your sales tax. The time to save is now. Don't miss this sale, Sunday 11 to 7, only at Gardner White.
Detroit's only 10 o'clock news. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
It was a nail-biter to the very end, a close game that had fans all over Metro Detroit on the edge of their seats.
But the University of Michigan cannot hold on as time runs out on a Rose Bowl victory. Good evening and Happy New Year. I'm Ron Savage.
And I'm Carrie Birmingham. Let's get right to it. Sports Authority Woody Woodruff is here with game lowlights. Woody?
Thanks a lot, gang. The granddaddy of them all behaving like a teenager tonight in one of the most exciting college bowl games of the season. Michigan and Texas going at it in the 91st edition of the Rose Bowl. Michigan's been here 19 times. The Longhorns making their first appearance, and the Wolverines wanted to make the experience a losing one. Chad Henne to Braylon Edwards for his third score of the game. Michigan up 28-21. The Wolverines would extend that lead to 10, but the Longhorns didn't quit. QB Vince Young unstoppable against the Wolverines, taking off on the rollout, getting into the end zone, 23 yards. Texas taking the lead at 35-34, but the Wolverines got it back. Garrett Rivas with his 42-yard blast, giving Michigan a 2-point lead with time running down to the fourth. However, the Longhorns were undaunted by the late heroics and showed off some of their own, getting into position for Dusty Mangum's 37-yard game-winning field goal. Texas gets the win, edging Michigan 38-37. Texas QB Vince Young with 4 TD runs. Michigan with a second straight New Year's Day heartbreaker.
It was obvious that he's difficult to tackle, although I think there were too many times where we had him and should have gotten him to the ground and weren't able to do so.
Lloyd Carr absolutely right. Of course, we'll have much more from the locker room as the Wolverines react to the Rose Bowl loss. Stay tuned. It's coming up in sports. Ron, back to you.
Tough loss for Michigan fans, Woody. It hurts in cutting the celebration short for the Michigan fans, but it cannot crush the maize and blue spirit or all the Wolverine fanfare. Fox 2's Camille Amiri continues our Rose Bowl coverage in Rochester Hills.
Hail, hail, Michigan, the leaders and best.
6-year-old Alex Mercer is a Michigan fan, tried and true. And tonight he was surrounded by fellow fans at a Rose Bowl get-together in Rochester Hills. It seems you need 3 key ingredients to throw a successful Rose Bowl party.
Good food, good friends, and a victory.
If only the Michigan Wolverines could have pulled it off. They lost to the Texas Longhorns by a single point.
This is definitely a bona fide Rose Bowl party, but would you believe me if I told you there was a completely separate party right here in the same house?
Is there a game on, girls?
I found most of the ladies in the kitchen, oblivious to the game, and when I asked which teams were playing,
Oh, this is embarrassing. I know Michigan's in there.
Since the Texas Longhorns have never played in the Rose Bowl, we'll cut Jones some slack. The loss, on the other hand...
Hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West.
Still champions in the hearts of many. In Rochester Hills, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Well, there was so much hope and pregame anticipation among U of M fans. We found loyal Wolverines glued to the screen at the Spectadium in Troy, sharing their memories of Michigan football games past and rooting on the home team for what they had hoped would be a victory.
It's tradition, it's class, it represents everything. I mean, ever since Bo Schembechler.
I understand that it's usually the Big Ten and Pac-10, but I think it's kind of cool that these teams have never played each other, and it'll kind of see where Michigan stands against the other conferences.
Well, like it or now we know where the team stands, but we can always hope again for roses next year.
Carrie, most of the children have just a day or two left for their winter breaks, and we don't have any snow to play in.
That's right. The kids want to get out there and skate, throw some snowballs, build some snowmen. Wyatt, can you help the kids out?
I think it might be past their break when we see some more true snow around here, but we may have some freezing rain overnight tonight. In fact, in just the last hour, Metro Airport has reported some freezing rain, so some slick travel spots tonight. Check it out. Temperature-wise, we're at freezing right now in the city. Ypsilanti below. Crow Seal, Monroe, you're at 34, so you're above freezing. You're going to get the liquid rain, but we're going to be right on that borderline for the next couple hours here. There is a freezing rain advisory from the National Weather Service for you in St. Clair County and Lapeer County. You look to the bottom of your screen there, south of Detroit. You see that rain coming in next couple hours. Some of that could be freezing rain. So spotty freezing rain, tricky driving out there. Definitely allow yourself a little extra time. We think it'll all go to rain here in a few hours, with the exception of you up in Port Huron. You could get a quarter-inch or so of ice before it all changes to liquid there. We'll have details on when all this stuff gets out of here, and a much warmer Sunday around here coming up. Ron?
All right, Wyatt. Well, tonight we have more new video from the tsunami disaster. This is amateur video of the killer wave that came up through the Maldive Islands. The wall of water was streaming into town, lifting everything in its path, flowing away, as you can see. Now, here's the latest today. U.S. troops arrived in the region. At least 9 Seahawk helicopters from the USS Abraham Lincoln are flying desperately needed supplies. And as if the tsunami was not enough, the skies opened up, dropping torrential rain in Sri Lanka. That triggered flash flooding, just what they didn't need, and increasing the threat of deadly disease. In Thailand, foreign tourists returned to beaches. That infuriated some residents who are dealing with the disaster. Others say the tourists are necessary for the economy to recover. And there are more survival stories. One man was trapped under rubble for 5 days. He emerged. Fox 2 national correspondent Adam Housley with more from Phuket, Thailand.
Relief at last for tsunami victims on Indonesia's northwest coast. American helicopters taking off from the USS Abraham Lincoln is the only way to reach a number of remote villages. The tsunamis made roads impassable and caused fuel shortages, so food and medicine have been piling up at airports, with victims left waiting. Rescuers doubt anyone who's missing is still alive, but in Indonesia, a man was pulled from wreckage after 5 days with no food or water. Eastern Sri Lanka has had 2 days of torrential rain. It's caused flash floods that have stopped deliveries of aid. The floods are also delaying rebuilding efforts.
Many people who had started to go back to their homes, which were damaged, have now gone back to camps where they can get aid and they know they will get shelter. This means that there's many more people in bad conditions, unsanitary conditions, and we are going to have to work with the government to get some latrines dug.
In Sri Lanka and all across Asia, an estimated 5 million people are homeless. Many villages are unlivable as teams discover the bodies of more victims. That effort continues in southern Thailand, where many victims were tourists. Bill Francis is an American volunteer with advice for anyone who wants to help.
If you have Rh-negative blood, give it. They need Rh-negative blood here. The Thais, as a population, don't have that particular blood type. Money. The American Red Cross, send the money to them. It's coming here. It's working.
It's been nearly a week since the tsunamis struck southern Asia, but the crisis is still growing. Along with the aid, more help is needed coordinating and delivering it. In Phuket, Thailand, Adam Housley, Fox News.
And people here in the U.S. are turning to the internet for word on their loved ones caught in the tsunami. You're looking now at a makeshift information center in Thailand where officials have set up an internet database with pictures and names of both the injured and the unidentified dead.
Each agency, government agency, they carry bits and pieces of information. So we try to be the police general try to be the coordinator to get this information in one place.
Still, there are so many unaccounted for, it's very difficult to keep track.
Well, tonight, a New Year's wish answered early for a Detroit Free Press columnist feared the tsunami took his brother's life. Sports writer Mike Brudenell says his brother Paul, here on the left, regularly makes trips to Southeast Asia. He thought Paul may have been in Phuket when it was hit hard. Mike couldn't reach Paul's children or family in Australia. Finally, he got an email from Paul saying he was on a small island near Bali that lost power. He'd been there 4 days trying to get word out to his family that he was okay.
The real weird thing was he was supposed to be in Phuket on Sunday morning, the time that the wave had hit, but he had rearranged his plans to go to Bali and then up to Phuket later.
Mike Brudenell tells Fox 2 he and his family are so grateful Paul's alive, but at the same time, Mike says their hearts go out to all the other families who don't know the status of their loved ones. More now on another amazing survival story. A man is pulled alive from the killer tsunami's rubble in Indonesia. After 5 days he was buried. A rescue team discovered the 27-year-old. He's had nothing to eat or drink since that tsunami struck. The man looks relatively healthy despite open wounds to his legs and arms. Meantime, workers are trying to get aid to hard-reach western province of Indonesia. This is the scene as military choppers flew over the area for the first time yesterday to find the utter devastation. Remarkably, survivors could be seen walking amid the rubble.
Even among so much death, there is new life in Sri Lanka. This newborn is offering a ray of hope to her mother. She came into the world on the first day of the new year, part of the post-tsunami generation, unaware of the devastation and tragedy that surrounds her. This hospital did not suffer damage from the wave, but some nurses employed there are still missing.
And Carrie, a beautiful picture here. This is Metro Detroit's first baby of 2005. Kamara Rogers became the New Year baby when she arrived at 1 second after midnight this morning. You can't blame Kamara for being so groggy tonight. She's had a big day. Right now, her family can't wait to take her home.
Oh, very tiring. I'm exhausted, and I'm happy. It's over, and just happy. And tired, too, so, but I'm good.
Katrina Rogers of Detroit was due New Year's Eve at Hutzel Hospital. Then at 1 second into the new year, after the doctor prescribed a C-section delivery, Kamara arrived at 1 second after midnight. She weighed in at 7 pounds, 7 ounces, and is doing fine, as you can see. She'll join Mom at home in Detroit with 3 older sisters who you know will smother Kamara with lots of love.
My youngest is 3. She's not here. I sent her away, so with family. And they're excited, and babysitters as well. So we all are pretty happy and just a little tired, but very happy.
Now, just 55 seconds after midnight, Kiwan Trice of Detroit arrived. Kiwan is doing fine. He and his mother, Marilyn, actually hit the jackpot with prizes from Blockbuster Video.
There are 8 DVDs in there, some for mom and dad, some for the baby. There's a 52 rental card, free rental card in the basket. There's other goodies in the basket, along with a blanket, I do believe, that's in there.
Now, Kiwan Trice had to arrive on New Year's Day. You see, all of his brothers were holiday deliveries.
I have 4 boys. My first boy was born. He was an Easter baby. His name's Jovan. My second baby, he's a Thanksgiving baby, and his name's Kenshawn. My third baby is a 4th of July baby. His name is Mikhail. And now I have a New Year's baby. His name is Kiwan.
Happy birthday to these newborns. Blockbuster is celebrating the second newborn of the year to coincide with their new policy in 2005 called It's Okay to Be Late. Customers will no longer be charged at Blockbuster late fees on movie and game rentals beginning today. In 1 month, however, you will be charged for the product unless it's returned within 30 days.
What are the odds of that mother? 4 babies all born on holidays. Well, coming up on Fox 2 News at 10, if your New Year's resolutions include working out more, have we got a deal for you?
Plus, a local artist is one step closer to realizing another dream.
And a 31-year-old father disappeared 1 year ago this weekend. Have you seen him? Michigan's Most Wanted is next.
Got a problem? Call 248-395-FOX2 or go to fox2detroit.com and tell us the problem you want solved.
We raise the bar on design. We push the limits of performance. Now, every great story deserves a happy ending. It's Nissan's National Year-End Event. Get year-end deals like an exciting lease of only $219 a month on the stylish Nissan Altima. Only $219 a month for the Altima. Hurry to your Nissan dealer while the story continues, because this event ends January 3rd.
A fireplace invites everyone to make themselves at home. And now enjoy the comfort of a glowing fireplace in any room with Symphony electric fireplaces from Art Van. Warm up with one of over 70 portable styles that plug into any ordinary electric outlet. Plus, the adjustable heat and flame controls let you enjoy it all year long. And now save 40% off all electric fireplaces. Plus, get 0% interest till 2008 and we'll pay your sales tax. So warm up this new year at Art Van. Joy to the home.
Watch Detroit's only 10 o'clock news. Fox 2 News at 10, tonight.
Every day you read another story about factories leaving Michigan, but not wall-side windows. Our factory is right here in Taylor, Michigan. We've been here for over 60 years. We're here to stay.
If you've been thinking about new windows, now's the perfect time with Wallside Plus. No down payment, no payments, and no interest for 1 year.
We can do that. We are the factory.
Wallside, 1-800-521-7800.
On Star Center, this is Barbara.
I locked my keys in my car. My dog is in there.
That's very frustrating for you, sir. We should get it unlocked momentarily. What kind of dog do we have?
It's a Schnauzer.
All right. And your vehicle doors are now unlocked for you.
They are. You guys are fantastic. You're the best. In 2 seconds, it was done like that. I'm so happy.
Thank you very much. We love hearing that.
You're the best. There is nothing like OnStar.
OnStar is available on over 50 GM models. To learn more, visit OnStar.com.
A little different twist to our Michigan's Most Wanted tonight. There is no known suspect. In fact, no one is quite sure if a crime has been committed. However, there's a 4-year-old boy who will tear your heart out. He misses his dad dearly. Police believe someone knows something about his father's disappearance a year ago, and that makes it this week's Michigan's Most Wanted. Nathan Lang is always asking when his dad is coming home. Nathan was 3 a year ago this weekend when his father disappeared. Nathan's now 4, and there are still no answers for the young man. 31-year-old Thomas Daniel Lang called his mom at 10:30 p.m. December 30th to say he'd be home in Lincoln Park soon after leaving work as a chef. Lang made a quick stop here at the Wheat and Rye Bar in Allen Park. It's the last time he was seen alive.
His little boy asked for him all the time, and, you know, he wanted Santa Claus to bring him to see him this Christmas. He just doesn't understand, but he's asking more questions because he's getting older now. Right. And he wants to know where Daddy is.
Tom Lang never missed a day of work as a chef at Toledo's La Rivera restaurant in Allen Park. This is completely uncharacteristic.
He used a cell phone around 12:30 that night, the night of the 30th. And shortly thereafter, it was powered down and never turned back on or used again. He also was in a vehicle. The vehicle's a 1999 black Mercury Sable. It's got a Michigan license plate of XQS481. That vehicle also has not been seen since the time that Mr. Lang turned up missing.
It was a $10,000 reward, and we just need to know, and his son needs to have closure also.
Sad, remarkable that his black Mercury Sable was never found. There's been no activity on his credit cards or bank accounts. There's a $10,000 reward. If you know what's happened to Thomas Daniel Lang, call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Carrie?
Well, Ron, at 88 years old, he is one of Detroit's living legends. He even helped Diego Rivera with this mural of the Rouge Assembly Plant. And for him, with the new year, it will get him closer one step to finishing a long-term community project. Fox News' Lourdes Duarte talks to painter Pablo Davis about his past accomplishments and his new ones.
When Pablo Davis first walked into the Detroit Institute of Art, he had 60 cents in his pocket. Now he's trying to build a $6 million intergenerational facility. Perhaps that says a little something about his life and his work.
So, I wake up in the morning, my head is full of what I'm going to paint.
88-year-old Pablo is the only living painter to have worked with Diego Rivera on Detroit's most recognizable work of art.
That is my mother. Lord, I hate to see her go.
Pablo was 16 when he helped paint the mural.
Can you see a pencil line, a diagonal pencil line?
Yes.
Well, that wasn't supposed to be on the finished product. That pencil line is embalmed forever in the plaster.
Pablo even remembers the word-by-word directions Diego Rivera gave him.
That's the repair shop. He said, you want to know something? That's the hardest job in the whole plant. You really got to be tough.
And Rivera told him to paint tough faces, and he did.
Dick Tracy.
If you look closely, that's what you see today, and apparently it was what Rivera wanted.
He couldn't wait after that to get the Sunday paper to see Dick Tracy. He fell in love with the comic.
As the creator of more than 10,000 paintings, Pablo's masterpiece is still in the making. The intergenerational facility would unite the young with the young at heart.
These little kids inspire the elderly and Alzheimer's, who seem to come to life, many of them. And the kids, they learn what it means to grow old.
A work of art he hopes will soon come to life. In Detroit, Lourdes Duarte, Fox 2 News.
The intergenerational facility would be located right next to the Pablo Davis Elderly Center in southwest Detroit. That facility also came about because of Pablo's dedication. For more information on Pablo and the project, you can go to www.pablodavis.org.
Stunning talent and Detroit trademarks, too.
Absolutely.
A lot of that.
True legend.
Oh, yeah. Still to come on Fox 2 News at 10, just in time for the new year. We're waiting for you with tips on how to finally kick those bad habits for good.
And how about a good habit to start? We'll tell you how to adopt one that will help you lose weight and feel better.
Hello, my name is Private First Class Chris Fischler with the 2nd 82nd Field Artillery in Baghdad, Iraq. I'd like to send out a season's greeting and happy holidays to my mom and dad in Dearborn, Michigan.
It's the weekend! Fox 2 News Weekend, starting at 8 a.m.
It rocks. I love it.
The local coverage is pretty awesome.
It tells you what's going on around town.
Weather on the 2s.
I know that it's on the 2s, and I should be there watching if I want to see the weather.
It's the only news I watch.
I think it's a great show.
Awesome. Fox 2 News Weekend, starting at 8 a.m.
Her big sister's a star.
This is Jessica.
Now, baby sister is starting her own career.
I'm tired.
Juice box.
Mad TV.
Late night tonight.
The season's best. Experience the magic. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your local Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Martin Luther King Jr. His works are legendary, his words inspiring. If you're 12 years old or younger, Rock Financial and Fox 2 challenge you to write a 200-word essay about Martin Luther King Jr. Tell us how this great civil rights leader affects your life today and why we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And send it to this address. Judges will select 3 winners who get to read their essays on Fox 2 News Morning and win tickets for their entire class to see the Detroit Pistons play at the Palace on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
When the Saab 9-3 sports sedan received a double best pick rating from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, it wasn't just an honor. It was a first. The Saab 9-3 sports sedan, the first double best pick rating for a car, ever. This holiday, there's no greater gift than peace of mind. During the Saab Holiday Red Tag Sale, GM employees can lease an all-new Saab 9-3 sports sedan, starting at just $193 a month.
The Chevy Holiday Red Tag Sale. Save a lot of green when you see a red tag on Trailblazer. With a 275 horsepower engine, Trailblazer has more standard horsepower than Ford or Dodge. Qualified GM employees use Red Tag bonus cash to lease an 05 Trailblazer LS 4-wheel drive for $249 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important details. the Chevy Holiday Red Tag Sale. See red, save green. Chevy drives the Motor City. See your Detroit area Chevy dealers.
Fox 2 Weather Authority, brought to you by your Detroit area Chevy dealer. Turn a key and start a revolution at your Detroit area Chevy dealer.
In HealthWorks tonight, losing weight, quitting smoking, getting better grades. Have you made that New Year's resolution yet? Well, if you're trying to kick a bad habit, we've got some tips on how to make your plan stick. Almost everyone has a bad habit they'd like to bid farewell to permanently. But some of the most common unhealthy behaviors people target for their New Year's resolutions are smoking, drinking, and overeating. Cassandra Ponder, a medical social worker at Beaumont Hospital, says the first step in conquering your problem is admitting it's more than a bad habit.
Most people want to say, well, I'm going to cut smoking, period, or I'm not going to drink anymore. That's really unrealistic because it is an addiction.
Ponder says the foundation of a successful plan to give up self-destructive behavior is setting a realistic goal.
Say, for 6 months, I'm only going to smoke a half a pack, and then for 6 months later, I'll cut it down a quarter of a pack, and make goals like that for yourself. That way, they're easily attainable.
And in early January, if you find that bad day at work or stress at home derails your best-laid plans, and you're indulging in the habit you swore you were giving up, Ponder says you should step back and reset.
The good thing about goals is that you can always remake them. So if you fall behind on your goal, you say, okay, today when I wake up, I'm going to start back on this. And remember that this is important for you.
Now, if you didn't already make a resolution, here's a healthy one. Drink a minimum of 8 glasses of water a day. The trick is, how do you make drinking all 8 glasses a consistent part of your routine? We're working for you with 5 tips for sneaking a little more water in. First, drink water at every transitional point in your day. That means when you get up, before you leave the house, when you sit down at work, and so on. Next, when you have fruit juice, fill half of the glass with water. Or try this, while at work or working at home, have a glass of water every hour on the hour. When your day is done, your quota's met. After each trip to the restroom, drink an 8-ounce glass to replenish your system. And finally, drink from a measured cup to measure your progress.
Pass the water, please. Now, if you did promise yourself to drop a few pounds this year, there's good news. One fitness chain is promising to help you keep up with a workout routine. Bally Total Fitness is offering free one-day workout passes right now through next Saturday. Their health and fitness consultants tell Fox 2 they can tailor fitness programs so that you'll stick with them all year long.
We actually have about 20 different personal trainers at each facility to help you basically get you on a set exercise program. And we also have about 20 to 25 different aerobics classes that will go on every single week.
Oh, they're going to work you out there. A Bally survey of 500 people found out about half of those who made fitness resolutions quit by February. Tough thing to keep up, I guess.
It is. You actually have to go to the gym. That's the problem.
Coming up on Fox 2 News at 10, badly needed supplies and clean water starting to trickle into tsunami victims. We'll have the very latest.
And though no one wants it to, it's a tribute that's growing. We'll show you how a local man is honoring fallen soldiers.
And after a pretty quiet day to start off 2005, at least on the weather front, we have a wintry mix now falling across southeast Michigan. We'll let you know when the rain ends and your extended forecast straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Kevin Withrow out here in Al-Assad, Iraq with MWSS 472/4th LAD. I want to say hi to my wonderful wife, Teresa, and 3 beautiful children, Brianna, Katrina, and Alexandria, back in Monroe, Michigan. I miss you and I love you. Happy holidays.
Ripped off? Problem solver Rob Wojcik is working for you. Call 248-395-FOX2 or visit fox2detroit.com to tell us who should go in the Fox 2 Hall of Shame.
If it's got a red tag, it'll be moving fast. Announcing the Pontiac Holiday Red Tag Sale, now at your participating dealer, where for a limited time, GM employees can lease the first ever G6 for $142 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. During the Pontiac Holiday Red Tag Sale, the price you see on the tag is the price you pay. It's that easy, but only till January 3rd. Visit TriCountyPontiacDealers.com.
Fox 2, United Way Community Services, and Gardner White Furniture thank everyone who made a holiday connection. I'm Sherry Margolis.
And I'm Fanchon Stinger. Many of you stopped by Gardner White to pick up your United Way wish list that highlights the needs of local charities. Well, the holiday season has ended, but the need in this area has not. Agencies in the wish list need your help all year long. Get a wish list by calling the United Way at 313-226-9442. Fox 2, working for you.
Being a stylist, I have to figure out what works best for my client. Like this one client with a dry scalp, I surprised her by using Head & Shoulders. You're kidding. Head & Shoulders?
Today's Head & Shoulders hydrating, smooth and silky with twice as many moisturizers.
Wow, amazing. Of course flake-free, but also silky smooth, soft to the touch, and virtually free of split ends.
Head & Shoulders, flake-free and silky smooth. Surprise yourself.
Martin Luther King Jr. His works are legendary, his words inspiring. If you're 12 years old or younger, Rock Financial and Fox 2 challenge you to write a 200-word essay about Martin Luther King Jr. Tell us how this great civil rights leader affects your life today and why we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And send it to this address. Judges will select 3 winners who get to read their essays on Fox 2 News Morning and win tickets for their entire class to see the Detroit Pistons play at the Palace on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
On Star Center, this is Barbara.
I locked my keys in my car. My dog is in there.
That's very frustrating for you, sir. We should get it unlocked momentarily. What kind of dog do we have?
It's a schnauzer.
All right. And your vehicle doors are now unlocked for you.
They are. You guys are fantastic. You're the best. In 2 seconds, it was done like that. I'm so happy.
Thank you very much. We love hearing that.
You're the best. There is nothing like OnStar.
OnStar is available on over 50 GM models. To learn more, visit OnStar.com.
Fox 2 News is working for you right now.
And right now, survivors of South Asia and the world's deadliest tsunami are looking for a helping hand to bring in the new year. Welcome back and Happy New Year. I'm Ron Savage.
And I'm Carrie Birmingham. Thousands of victims displaced by the disaster are waiting on relief supplies that are slowly coming in from the international community. Fox National correspondent Tim Rury has the latest.
Aid is finally reaching Sumatra's Aceh, the hardest hit province in Indonesia. Helicopters delivering food and medical supplies found themselves rushed by desperate survivors. Global donations to the devastated regions of southern Asia are now at the $2 billion mark, with Japan now pledging $500 million, making them the single largest contributor to the relief effort so far.
Not only is it the biggest outpouring of relief ever in such a short period of time, it is also, I hope and believe, the best coordinated effort in such a short period of time.
President Bush Friday increased the U.S. pledge from $35 million to $350 million. Mr. Bush was initially criticized for not pledging enough.
I think the U.S., the wealthiest nation in the world, is doing a phenomenal job in this unprecedented challenge.
Secretary of State Colin Powell and Florida Governor Jeb Bush will lead a delegation to the disaster-ravaged region, intent to uphold the president's vow that aid will continue to tsunami-stricken areas.
So this tenfold increase is indicative of American generosity, but it also is indicative of the need.
In the aftermath of the ravaging tsunami, the focus is to save survivors, prevent the spread of disease, and offer a bit of hope in 2005. Tim Rury, Fox 2 News.
And the Pope includes special prayers for the tsunami victims in his traditional New Year's Day service at the Vatican. Speaking to a crowd of thousands from his apartment overlooking St. Peter's Square, Pope John Paul II offered prayers for the families and victims of this catastrophe. The Pope is also encouraging people to donate to tsunami relief efforts.
In the new Iraq, violent video posted on an Islamic website shows al-Qaeda terrorists executing 5 captured Iraqi police officers. A group led by terror mastermind Abu Musab al-Zakari claims responsibility for the brutal attack. A statement on the website also threatens other Iraqis who join the new government's security forces. And normally, a memorial is a sculpture, a statue, something permanent that doesn't change or evolve. But this tribute to fallen soldiers is growing in size. Fox 2's Jason Carr with the story.
You may remember Larry Rasnick from the story we did earlier this year. He's the Clawson resident who turned his fence on Crooks Road into a memorial to U.S. casualties in Iraq.
I wanted people to remember that we're dealing with American men and women, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters. And so I just started printing up cards with their picture and a little biography on each card for all the people that have been killed over there.
Driving by, you might not notice how the memorial has tragically grown in 2004, the size almost doubling. And Larry still has more to put up from the last 3 months. He says reaction has been positive and emotional.
Seen a few tears, had a couple of troops come by, and they've been really appreciative that someone is actually remembering them.
The photos that have been up the longest are fading, their colors bleached by the sun. But Larry says their memory does not fade. The sacrifice made by these men and women is a vivid reminder that while we celebrate a new year, fellow Americans are serving and dying for their country. In Clawson, Jason Carr, Fox 2 News.
Breaking news right now, we're rolling on the way to Detroit's west side, where firefighters are battling a deadly blaze on Patton Street, just north of Schoolcraft. Fox 2's been told that one person has been killed in this fire. At least 2 other people are being rushed now to the hospital. There's no word right now what caused this fire on Detroit's west side.
All right, just checking out the latest hourly observations. Hillsdale, Ann Arbor, and Monroe all reporting a wintry mix of rain mixed with snow and freezing rain right now. And in fact, there are advisories up for freezing rain, accumulating freezing rain, up to a 1/4 inch of ice across not just St. Clair County and the Port Huron area, up until Lapeer County is all extending all the way north in the Bay City and beyond. Not a good late night trip night to head up north, that's for sure, because it will be icy, particularly north of the city. Check out the temps and you'll see why. Well below zero, or at least far enough below zero in Flint to Port Huron, 30 there. We're at freezing in Detroit, 32, so probably just a brief window of freezing rain here across the immediate metro area, then it'll all turn to rain. You see the warmer temps to our south. It'll be all rain, basically south of Detroit. Past 6 hours, we've seen the rain begin to move in. Light stuff, really light stuff, but at times it has been in the form of that freezing rain, very cold liquid. It touches that surface right at 32, 31 degrees. Freezes up. Really, the overpasses will be the main concern for probably the next 3 to 4 hours. Then it should all go to rain as a warm front comes trucking into the region. Take a look off north and west of us. A lot of snow falling here up in northern Wisconsin, also across the northern area of the state now into Traverse City, getting a wintry mix there, and all rain south into Illinois. Again, the warmer rain, we'll call it, will be coming in by daybreak, and then through the early part of tomorrow, all rain. No wintry weather after the midnight hour tonight. Fox Futurecast, here we go. Through the overnight hours, we see the warm front lifting into the area so that even those northern areas will see that freezing rain come to an end and become all rain. And believe it or not, after a night of some freezing rain, we go into the mid-50s tomorrow behind that warm front. Mild conditions. Then tomorrow night, another cold front comes in. We're back down into the 30s and only up to about 40 or so for the first day of the week. Kind of a wacky start to 2005. Check out Fox Futurecast close in view, and we do see some rain coming through the overnight hours. Gets heavier by daybreak, but again, by now it will all be liquid, so it should be no tricky driving out to church in the morning across the immediate metro area. Here's your forecast tonight. Down to about 32 degrees or so spotty freezing rain early, then becoming all rain tomorrow. 56 degrees, early rain, but it will be warmer and windy in the afternoon. Weather Authority 5-day forecast. Back and forth we go. 56 on Sunday, and then a period of sunshine there on Monday, but it'll be cold, 38. And then the real wintry weather moves in. It looks like Tuesday through Thursday, we could see periods of rain mixed with snow, freezing rain. January in Michigan. Here we go.
Winter in Michigan, that's the truth. Yeah. All right, Wyatt, thanks very much. And still ahead on Fox 2 News at 10.
A war in a foreign land and a presidential-sized battle right here at home. Coming up, we'll take a look at more of the remarkable stories of 2004.
Fox 2 is your school closing authority.
With 250 school closings to pass.
On air.
We're working for you this morning.
And online. Fox2Detroit.com. When schools close, you'll know it. Fox 2 News, your school closing authority. Working for you.
This red tag is your key to extraordinary year-end savings. Get into your GMC dealer by January 3rd for special red tag offers on the Power, precision, and design of select professional-grade GMC trucks and SUVs. GM employees and family members lease an 05 Envoy 4x2 SLE for $229 a month. Call for residency restrictions and lease details. Through January 3rd, see some red, save some green at your participating GMC dealers.
Sunday at Gardner White, an event so big you must make time to be there. Sunday 11 to 7 at Gardner White. You pay no interest till 2008. 2008, no down payment, and we pay your sales tax. This is the biggest year-end sale ever. Every price is slashed, up to 77% off our best furniture, and 0% till 2008. And we even pay your sales tax. The time to save is now. Don't miss this sale, Sunday 11 to 7, only at Gardner White.
Fox 2 and HAP, working for the community.
We all feel down every once in a while, but sometimes these feelings last more than just a few days.
If you're feeling down for more than 2 weeks, you may be suffering from depression.
It can affect your sleep, appetite, work, relationships, and overall health.
If left untreated, depression can result in a loss of job, relationships, even life.
Don't be embarrassed to ask for help.
HAP urges you to talk to your doctor. Together, you can beat depression.
Working for the community is brought to you by Fox 2 and HAP.
Martin Luther King Jr. His works are legendary, his words inspiring. If you're 12 years old or younger, Rock Financial and Fox 2 challenge you to write a 200-word essay about Martin Luther King Jr. Tell us how this great civil rights leader affects your life today and why we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And send it to this address. Judges will select 3 winners who get to read their essays on Fox 2 News Morning and win tickets for their entire class to see the Detroit Pistons play at the Palace on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
There's only 2 weeks to deal on America's hottest products. For 2 weeks only, buy any new Dodge and make no monthly payments until May 2005. Or lease and pay no security deposit. Now qualified returning Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can grab a Dodge Durango SLT 4x4 for just $199 a month. Plus grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. But you've got to get it in gear because 2 weeks to deal ends January 3rd.
Take out the papers in the trash. Excuse me, I dropped my contact lens there. Nearly 1 million people came to the big party last night in Times Square. They were ringing in the new year. They made a huge mess, as you can see. Teams of street sweepers hit the streets cleaning up after the celebration. Now, how much confetti do you think they used in the Big Apple? 3,000 pounds blowing all over New York's traditional ball drop.
That just looks so frustrating. They keep sweeping and sweeping and they keep blowing right at them. Well, 2004 brought a tight presidential race, the death of a former president, fighting in Iraq, and a husband and father sentenced to death for murder.
Many memories, good and bad. Tonight, I'll look back at the big events of 2004.
Thank you, Iowa, for making me the comeback Kerry.
Justin Timberlake ripped open Miss Jackson's bodice to reveal a full breast. Ivy Webb. Never have those words been so historic or controversial as when dozens of gay and lesbian couples repeated them in San Francisco yesterday.
Guilty of conspiracy, guilty of obstruction of justice, guilty of 2 counts of making false statements.
The people of Spain are in mourning. They are also asking who carried out these attacks which took so many innocent lives.
Everything from sodomy to beatings said to be inflicted on some Iraqi prisoners.
5 masked men dressed in black stand over the 26-year-old small business owner. One reads a statement, then they throw him to the ground and savagely cut his throat. The father collapsing on the lawn at the news.
As his vice president for 8 years, I learned more from Ronald Reagan than from anyone I encountered in all my years of public life.
At this hearing, we saw Saddam Hussein for the first time in 7 months.
We'd ride this donkey as far as it would take. Reporting for duty.
So my truth is that I am a gay American. I have decided the right course of action is to resign.
I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
Russian officials maintaining they did not try to storm the school. They reacted to terrorists who were trying to escape, setting up bombs inside the gymnasium.
Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and Jean. A total of 107 lives lost in this state.
The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Arafat's coffin was hoisted above the surging crowd and ultimately on top of the vehicle that carried it to the gravesite.
We cannot let this away. A new term is a new opportunity to reach out to the whole nation.
Find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty of the crime of murder of Lacey Denise Peterson.
Karzai taking the oath of office in a solemn ceremony in a restored hall of the war-damaged former royal palace.
So how did you ring in the new year?
I'll bet it wasn't like this. We'll take you to the annual Polar Plunge.
Join the show right after the local